So guys, this week we are going to make our paper mache moose head or deer head. Sorry, I keep calling it a moose head, but I didn't do a video on me putting this together. This is not my pattern, it's someone else's pattern. But I will tell you some tips is before you cut it, write out these numbers. These numbers are way too small. Maybe it's my age, but yeah, they're way too small. So what I did was I magnified it on my computer, wrote it out. And then also, this is cardstock. It's 110. Don't use it. Maybe print it out on paper and then glue it on cardboard, or tack it on cardboard and then cut it out and make your scores, because it's really, I don't think it's thin enough. And I went and did 5 of them. So right now what I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on putting masking tape over the whole deer, and then I'm going to go back in with the paper mache toilet paper clay that I made. Now if you do want to know how to make the toilet paper clay, I'm going to link the video here and then also link it in the description box. For this deer head, I wanted to show you guys how I do my scoring. I don't have a scoring tool, so what I did was I used a scissors that is not sharp. I also use a X-Acto knife, but a X-Acto knife you're really cutting through your paper, so you don't want to necessarily do that. And I did do it on a table that's lower, and all you do is just go through the line. And make sure that you score on the line, because if you score anywhere else, then when you go to fold it, it's not going to be truly on. It's not going to be on the fold. And then I just go through. And then just fold everything over. And you just keep doing that with your pieces, okay? And also there's a tip, don't go high. Like if you go high up, it's gonna be harder for you to line up. So what I do is I just go closer as far down and I score my line, okay? And then what you do is just run your finger through it and it will tell you if you missed any lines. Oh. And I just score it and get it where it needs to go. It helps me better. And I missed this portion here. Or at least it wasn't scored. It wasn't that I missed it, it wasn't deep enough. So, sorry, this one I missed. I'm going to also add like the eyes to make it more realistic. And then the other thing I might do is I might wrap my antlers with tin foil and then come back with the masking tape over it. To wrap my deer, I'm going to use this wide, I think it looks like about 1.5 inches wide masking tape. Now I did get this from, I can't remember if it's Dollar Tree or Dollarama. It doesn't stick well. I have to go out and get masking tape from Staples, but what I want to do is I want to just cover it. And the reason why I'm covering it is just so that the water doesn't seep through and flatten this. Now for pieces like this, where it's, can you see that there's a bubble? I'm just gonna cut it. And then once I cut it, I'll put the tape over, and there you go, okay? And I'm not going to do my face yet. I purchased these foam balls to kind of make a more realistic eye. So I just have to figure out where does this eye go. So I'll go on Google. What I did last night was I took that paper mache toilet paper clay and I went and I added it to my mousse. Sorry, I added it to my deer head, which it's okay. I can tell that I have to build it so that it gets really hard and thick. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the bottom half of this because we want to see what it looks like. Any sharp edges, you can just sand it down. And then the other one we're going to do is we're going to take the paper mache strips and we're going to use it on there because I want to see which one is which will be better for me to use. Because one of them I want to put outside, or two of them I might put outside, I'm not sure yet. So we're going to take our paste and we are just going to thin coat it because we don't want to change the shape of the bottom. We want to just have it so that it's hard and dry. I already put masking tape over this bottom portion, guys. Okay, there we go. I'm going to leave that like that. There's this little part here. It's kind of bothering me. It's not taking. Okay, there we go. So we're going to leave that. We're going to do that portion. That's the bottom part. And I'm treating this like if it is drywall compound. Like if you're ever spreading drywall compound on the wall, it is better to get it as smooth as you can so that there's less sanding once it's dry. And I'm trying my hardest to do that. So here's the mousse head, and what I've done is, hopefully you can see it, I started creating what the mousse looks like. I started with the ears and then going to the cheeks. I'm going to put the eye in and the nostrils, so I'll take you through that. But for this portion, I want to let you know, here are the two mediums that we used. Remember we did the paper mache with the strips and then the paper mache clay. I prefer the paper mache clay. It holds its shape better, and it did not, like this is very like, yeah, I prefer the paper mache. So that's the one that I'm going to do. And I'm going to just show you guys how I got to this portion. With your antlers, you're going to just put tape all over the antlers. That's just so the clay sticks better, and you're going to apply thicker clay to make this round. You're not going to keep it in that box 3D shape that you see. Okay, you want that round. And also with this, I'm going to see if I can do the same thing and make these like little hairs. but we'll see. So I wanted to show you something, just kind of like a warning of not to use the paper mache strips. So do you see? This one had the paper mache strips on it, and you see how it sinks in? It really damaged the bottom, where this one had it on and it's still fine. It still kept the molding. So just so you guys know, the strips are maybe better on thick cardboard, where when it gets wet, it's not going to lose its shape. So what I did was I went and I took the bottom part of the paper one that I thought was too thin, and I went and I put the paper mache on it. And now I'm going to take the head off, just in case you guys do this, you know how to do it. I'm going to take the head off and I'm going to transfer the head on here so that I don't, my deer bottom isn't all ruined. But yeah, just a tip. If you wanted to tag me on any of your projects, I do have my Instagram page where you are able to tag me on, and I also have a Facebook page where you are able to upload your different DIY projects. You can check out the link in the description for all the additional information. Now we've gone through this week's art therapy session, you can check out this tutorial next. If you like this week's tutorial, hit that like button, be sure to subscribe to my channel, and share the content with your family and friends. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.